Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. There is a common saying that social connection is like the source of life. It makes life better and more enjoyable. And that is similarly true for food as well. Sauce play a very important role in linking all the food ingredients together in creating more pleasant and satisfactory culinary experience. Now, in stir frying, creating sauce is an important aspect. In some dishes, sauce play a critical role. In some other dishes, sauce might not be as much. And then you can create sauces of different thickness, different consistency, all depend on what is the goal of that dish. Now in this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you several easy ways to create sauces. And in creating the type of sauces that is suitable for the stir-fry dish that you are looking to achieve. And in order to achieve that, I'm going to describe a number of different approaches from something that is very simple to something a little bit more complex and more dedicated to the type of sauce that you want. And the easiest way to create sauces is to use pre-made sauces, and there are several different types of pre-made sauce available. One I would call pre-made sauces that are for general purpose. This such as soy sauce, which is the most commonly used sauce in stir-fry. But there are other types of sauces that already have thickening agents in it, and that will create the type of consistency that you are looking for. And this include oyster sauce and hoisin sauce. Both of this type of sauces can be referred to as general sauces because they are used to provide the general flavor that you want to achieve, and you can manipulate them to create different type of outcome that you want. And then we have what we call dedicated pre-made sauces, as indicated here, such as a teriyaki sauce that is created definitely for teriyaki flavor. And there are other type of sauces as shown here, such as a orange sauce which made by Panda Express, or a sweet and sour sauce, or a kung pao sauce. All of those sauces are designed for this type of purpose. The positive aspect of the pre-made sauces is that you can create a sauce easily, and since they already have thickening agents in it, you will find it that you will have an instant sauce ready to go. And of course, the negative aspect of this type of sauces is that the flavor is already predetermined. Even though you can manipulate the flavor by using a combination of different types of sauces. And some of the common combination is to combine oyster sauce and hoisin sauce. And most of the time, the consistency of this sauce are already predetermined. So if you like the sauce to be thicker or thinner, it is more difficult for you to control that. And consequently, in those instances, you might want to make your own sauces. At the same time, if you want the sauce to have a different flavor that is unique to your personal preference, then use the pre-made sauce might not be the way to go. In this case, the best way is to create your own sauce and by using the own combination of other ingredients to make that sauce. So in order to create this type of sauce, one thing you have to do is that you need to find a thickening agent so that you can thicken the sauce in the way how you like it. So in this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to create a sauce that will achieve the consistency that you want, as well as the flavor that you desire. And in this case, the best way is to create a sauce using thickening agent such as cornstarch. A cornstarch is the most frequently used thickening agent in stir frying. And the approach is very simple. All you have to do is to make a cornstarch water suspension. And usually the ratio is 1 part of cornstarch to 2 to 3 parts of water. And it is important that you mix the cornstarch suspension thoroughly because this is the way how you will prevent clumping of the cornstarch. So I usually put it into a jar and I shake it rigorously before I add them to the wok. The greatest challenge is to know how much that you will add to a particular dish. Quite often you might add too much or too little, and sometimes it's just matter of try and error. And I call it titration. You add a little bit at a time and you stir it and to see whether it reached the thickness that you want. The principle of how cornstarch thickens a sauce is based on a chemical phenomenon known as gelation. This chemical reaction depends on heat. Once the temperature rises, the starch molecule normally are separate from each other. They will cross-link and to form a gel. And that is the phenomenon of thickening of a cornstarch-based sauce. The use of flour to make a gravy is based on the same principle. However, different types of starch come from different plants. They have slightly different properties of how this gelation takes place. A cornstarch, the gelation takes place much faster and it requires a lower level of concentration as compared to flour. And because of the speed of gelation of cornstarch, it's preferred in stir frying because you want this to happen very rapidly. Another way to make a sauce is by adding the cornstarch directly to a stir fry when you have a lot of fluid. In this case, by adding the cornstarch through rapid mixing, you can thicken the sauce without having to worry about clumping. This method is particularly useful when you try to gradually to thicken the sauce, so you can sprinkle a little bit cornstarch at a time and gradually add more if you want the sauce to be thicker. When you use this method, it is extremely important you only add a little bit cornstarch at a time. If you add too much, then clumping of the cornstarch will occur. This titration method actually can go both ways. If the sauce has become too thick, you can add a bit water and it will thin the sauce out. Creating a sauce with perfect consistency takes a little bit of trial and error. The first time you might not get it right, but after that you will have some experience of the type of dish that you cook, of how much either the cornstarch suspension or the cornstarch powder that you will add to the wok. And with some practice, you will get the sauce the perfect way how you like it. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine that is practical, efficient, creative, and fun. If you would like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.